Hey everybody, it's Wednesday. It's what not, why not time. It is an extra special what not, why not? Because it's Canada Day. That's right. It's maple syrup and poutine day, where we get outside where it's nice and hot, slather maple syrup all over ourselves and then get in the water because it helps us slide along and we can swim a lot faster. Anyways, uh, we've got some people backstage. We've got a big topic this week, so we're going to get right into it. First up, the what not, why not accountant. She's here to give reach arounds. She's here to tell people what to do. It is Skipping Stone.
Hi, everyone. Real quick, can we go back to the slathering of the syrup?
Yeah,
Is that real?
just no.
Okay.
No, no, that's not what we do. I mean, maybe if we're really drunk, I mean, maybe some maple syrup, some peanut butter. Who knows?
Okay.
We get freaky up here.
I just had to clarify that.
Wines.
And next up, we've got 1/4 of the NWO. He's the bald head man himself with chin wagon beard. It is P Rider.
Hello, hello. I have arrived.
This place sucks!
No! No!
I think it's about time Castle Grayskull had a makeover. Why don't we start with a tampon machine?
No!
And if you're coming out to Terrificon, you can see Punisher Rider with a Masters of the Universe He-Man wig. It's plastic
thong.
wig. I hadn't heard that, but that's new.
Yes, the power is in the front.
Poke her in the rear.
Yep.
All right. Next up, we've got another part of the NWO. It is the crazy man from Minnesota, Soda Pop Comics.
What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is hump day, y'all.
Woohoo!
Oh, yeah.
When he starts to speak, one shot man, and the room goes wet. Spank him, make him stand back.
I love that gopher.
And we also have our resident old man himself. He was there when Jesus Christ was born. It is Joey DWW1.
Oh,
It's wisdom.
Jesus Christ. Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me again.
Have you taken out insurance on the computers yet?
Yes.
I think they're about ready to drop him.
Yeah, we've got some other people joining soon, but we also have another Canadian. He can explain the crazy Montreal rituals that you do for Canada Day. It is Alien Comics, Alien Warrior 75. Woohoo!
There you go.
shine. Take your hand, my dear, and place them both in mine.
Oh my God, that's the first time I saw that.
You haven't seen that one before, Joey?
No, that's the first time.
Awesome. So that's what we've got. The panelists so far this week. We've got a couple more joining soon. So let's go over our beginning of the week as we do with every whatnot, why not. We go over the good versus the bad. Why is it not? There it is. The good versus the bad. We're going to say what we saw this week on whatnot, either good or bad. So let's, you can actually do one of each. Skipping, good versus, or good or bad, or good and bad. What did you see?
I'm going to go with the raid train. That was pretty damn good. I'm pretty excited about how it turned out. And I think we did a really, really good job. The stream went well. There was not any real glitches as far as transferring from show to show, and we just did a pretty good job selling out. And I'd have to say that's what I'm going with. No, it does, just pretty good doesn't really sound like a lot, but it was a lot of fun. And shout out to Michael. He did a great job stepping up and modding for most of the sellers, and that was pretty amazing. And a lot of the books are sold. They're gone.
Yep. Yep. There was only one little hiccup. That was mine to JSLS. I don't know what happened, but it got switched over. But it just
I didn't even notice that. I went over fine.
All right. Punisher, good and bad. What have
I'm
you
gonna
got?
start with my bad. I'm gonna start with the bad, and you stole my thunder. I was gonna say watching Santa struggle to try to raid JSLS. It was like, goddamn, whatnot? It's whatnot. fuck. How do you raid? How do you raid?
I know,
quite funny.
I know how to raid. It's you did it. It just every time it would come up and say, "No, I'm sorry, we can't raid it this time."
Oh,
I'm
I
like,
do remember that.
Yeah.
You're right. That did happen.
So, and then the good. I am also going to go with the raid train. I gotta say that it was really exciting, especially taking a risk with a book that portrays us as characters. I mean, anytime like that, people are loving characters and they whatever. But when you bring something new that they've never seen before, it's always a risk. And the support and the love. I mean, it was a little, at first, and then we got in and started rolling, and by the time it started progressing through the raid train, the engine was full speed, and it was fun to watch. I think people really enjoyed. I know I'll let the next person talk about a little bit too. It was fantastic, and I want to give a special shout out to everyone that was involved, everyone that came out to get them. You guys are going to love them. The feedback we've been getting is fantastic, and everybody that purchased a special P Rider book in my show that night got a special remark, all one of ones, and a special gift with it. So I can't wait till you guys get your packages. And again, thank you guys. It was a lot of fun.
Well, the ladies were certainly fighting over your package that day.
Yes, they were. The FOMO was real, baby.
And following Mr. P Rider in the raid train is our next panelist to tell us about his good and bad. It is Soda Pop Comics.
All right, guys. I'm gonna go bad first because it's pissing me off.
Uh-oh.
I'm chewing at the same time, so I'll try not to be rude. But so shipping sucks. I printed a package slip on Sunday night. Everything was fine. Everything was packaged per usual. Sent out Monday. last night's show, printed out the packing slips. There was an extra packing slip in there. It was so weird. It was for somebody from Sunday's show. It made me redo it again. The package is already gone, so now it's saying my order's delayed, and just the label's been created. That thing's been gone for 2 fucking days. So I'm working with Whatnot support to figure out what's going on, and it's just weird. My good, I'm gonna go with Raid Train. I'm gonna go 2. Follow Pike Mark. Follow that dude. Great deals. Took care of me and P Rider last night again. But yeah, the Raid Train was fun. Sold a shit ton of books, and we're getting the word out there. And that's it.
Nice.
And being rated by Punisher Rider.
Very true.
All right, Mr. Joey, good and bad.
Well, the bad thing is I haven't been on Whatnot too much lately, just cruising around and stuff like that. The good thing is I see a lot more people getting acclimated, but how am I going to put this? There's a lot more sellers who are doing things the right way instead of doing things the wrong way. And I'm sorry I missed your guys' Raid Train. I totally just spaced out on it, and I'm pissed. So my apologies.
Well, don't worry, Joey. I have one book left, and it has my face on it, so it's perfect for you.
Next up, we've got the other crazy Canadian, Mr. Montreal Man himself, Mr. Alien Ward.
Bonjour tout le monde. Hello, everybody. Thanks for having me, guys. I really appreciate this, Flat Earth Man 42. Congratulations to you, buddy. And listen, I want to give a good, my good out to my fellow panelists and the NWO team, Critical, Surtur, Punisher, Soda Pop, everybody who's in that group. What you guys did is absolutely incredible. You guys deserve, I don't know what, but it's incredible that you guys personified yourselves in comic book form. That is just epic, guys. And my bad is segue into what we're talking about tonight, the stupid shipping changes. I had a guy in Germany who bought something from me, made an offer, purchased, and I accepted, of course, but then he was blocked from buying anything else. It said he was not able to buy anything else. He asked me about this. I said, you know what? Send me a note after, and I'll contact support. I hit up support, and this kind of pissed me off. But they put the onus on the buyer. I was reaching out on his behalf, and they're like, yeah, sorry, he has to put in the thing. And I was just like, okay, whatever. So they're passing the buck. So anyway, we'll talk about that later. But thanks for having me, guys, and congratulations, team.
Nice. Mr. Omen, late as usual, but
hello, I made it. Yeah, sorry I'm late. I just got off a Raid Train at 7 o'clock. Well, 7 o'clock
hold on 1 second here.
It's bacon.
No, I want my bacon. I gotta tell you something. Bacon is good for me.
Had to be done. Classic. But yeah, the good for this week. That Raid Train just went really good. The last cast Raid Train was freaking awesome. I was up in Chicago for 2 weeks helping out my buddy Johnny Pipes with his collection. He needed some pointers and advice with his collection, so he offered to pay for me to come up there, and that was a fun experience for both him and I. We learned a lot, sold a lot, so it was a great time. The bad, I would say, is just some of these bitter old people on Whatnot that, come in these youngins shows like myself. I get it. I'm young. I'm handsome. I'm freaking successful. But, just telling me my books are trash or telling me that the show is trash and, just hating and being negative. It speaks more on you than it does me. I'm just going to chuckle and laugh it off every time. You're never going to get under my skin. But it is getting old and kind of corny and kind of sad to see these bitter individuals, both buyers and sellers, being so negative in my shows. So dealing with that has been a little bit of added
I said I was having a bad day. I mean, give me a break.
You're an exception. You're an exception.
And I said I didn't take my meds.
You gotta kick him out a little bit.
Hey, at least you guys gave me valid excuses. You guys gave the excuse notes. You're excused. The others, I'm still waiting on those signed permission slips from a parent or guardian. But yeah, so it's we take the punches as they come in, and we roll with them, and always turn it into a positive. But yeah, learning experiences all around, nonetheless.
Nice. Did you have a good?
Yeah, my good, I said,
was the raid train. Okay.
The raid train, the Chicago trip.
Yeah.
And the raid train that I had today myself that I just got off of 10 minutes ago.
How'd Chicago work out for you?
What was that?
How did Chicago work out?
It was good. It was good. It was my first experience going out of my way to help another seller with their collection and sales and inventory. And I think we learned a lot in the process of, expectations from, one another as far as what's possible and what's achievable in a short amount of time. And that's something I can offer to other individuals now as a service if they ever need some help or some pointers. I'm always happy to travel distance to help a brother out.
The Bears got to go though. The Bears got to go.
Hey, that's not me. That's not me. I'm Spider-Man. Poke the bear for that one. But,
Okay, I just want to add something to your, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So I can tell you, for being on Whatnot for a while, along with some other people on here, you're just going to have some of those people. You just can't. This community here that we have here and that we have built on the side beyond this is the people that really matter. And the people that come in, support. The rest of them, they're just a tick in your ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get it gone, banned, done. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? The rest of the other people are some of the most amazing people I've ever met. So they ain't nothing, man. They just need to piss somebody else off because they can't handle or having it bad themselves. So
yeah, I mean, I've been doing that for the last 6 years. You just got to ignore them while you're in your stream and let your mind handle a lot of that.
Yeah, just speaks for itself, honestly. I mean, they stick out like a sore thumb, so it always works out.
And you can tell a lot of people that are in your room and that want to be there and get a little pissed off of what they're doing. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, I got some tips out of it. Every time it happens, someone will tip like $1 or $5, and not required by any means, but it does warm my heart a little bit that I'm like, they noticed that, they picked up on that,
They do.
Yep. I'm gonna go with a good. Obviously, the raid train was awesome. Little craziness at the beginning, but smooth sailing after that. It was a lot of fun. It's getting me back into doing shows, so love doing that. Got more coming up. The bad, I have to say, we'll talk about it. It's the shipping garbage, especially with Canada. A lot of European stuff. So we're gonna talk about that coming up. But yeah, that's my bad. And just people. I mean, just plain simple stupid people. But as I'm sure and everyone said, just duck, water off a duck's back. Just let it roll. All right. Let's get into the only topic this week, and that is the upcoming Whatnot changes. So let me pull it up.
So are we all just going to screech in unison on like the count of 3 or something?
Yeah. Pretty much. Okay. So I've got the I'll bring them make
Joey's
it a little
breaking
bit
another
bigger.
computer.
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go. We're going to get that a little bigger. So starting August 2026, early August. When that is, whether that's August 1st, August 12th, nobody knows. The shipping costs will change for USPS packages between 1 to 5 pounds, will decrease from US sellers and buyers, meaning it used to be $9.21. It will now go to 7, it says it below.
745 or something.
Yeah, 720.
720.
720. Basically, they are getting rid of, it's going all to ground advantage. Flat rate shipping will not be supported. Priority
huge.
mail will, yeah,
Say
yeah,
so. For most
yeah,
some sellers, yep.
yeah. Priority mail will still be available as an option, but not flat rate. Most sellers won't need to take any action. Blah blah blah. You will. You are going to have to really do your shipping profiles, and we're going to talk about it. If you currently use flat rate shipping, you'll need to switch to alternative packaging. So your free stuff, and again, we're going to talk about a solution for that too. Priority mail packaging, review the packaging guidelines below, blah, blah, blah. So what's changing? The type of shipment, it's going to go medium packages, 1 to 5 pounds. Once you reach that at 5 pounds, the buyer is going to get charged another additional $7.20. So it is going to be stupid. Obviously, flat rate shipping. There's what it is. So there's your breakdown on ounces. So usually a 4 to 7 ounce book, which is usually one comic. First, they're going to get 47. Then the second one will get them to 489. Then the next one will get them to that, and so on and so forth. That's the breakdown on what it's going to be. Ground advantage, obviously your own packaging. Again, we're going to talk about it. Priority, you can't use flat rate stuff. And there's more FAQs if you want. If you want, I can send you, I'll put the link to this in the description. But that's what's going on. Who wants to start it off?
Wow.
Nobody wants to deal with this.
Yeah,
Well,
I got this
exactly.
one too.
Well, let's start it out. Let's go with let's the new guy, Mr. Omen Bids. Let's see what you got to say. Since you were late, you got to go first.
Perfect. Yeah, so it's definitely no fun, and I do think it very much sucks, but we got to roll with the punches, right? So what I've kind of taken away is I'm still going to try to do, I mean, I don't know if this is going to work. Maybe Punisher can chime in, but the loophole I've been kind of considering is we have to do this on eBay at the moment due to the similar changes there.
Yes, sir.
Changing the weight scale. So, weights won't exactly be accurate. Put it in like a priority mail so that they can get all of their books in one single package if they're buying more than 5 pounds. So that's kind of an option for myself. As far as the ground advantage boxes and shipping supplies go, you can sign up as a seller on Poshmark and request free supplies through there. I've heard that USPS is going to open up some free ground advantage shipping supply options as well. So kind of keeping my eyes peeled for that. And then just so everyone's aware, kind of with eBay, what's happening is they made packages 3 to 5 pounds cheaper to ship. So if I ship a item that's 2 pounds, it's going to cost more to ship than an item that's 4 pounds. So I have to add that weight, even if it's only a 2-pound package, to get that. So I'm hoping that we can apply the same kind of logic to Whatnot and utilize those free priority boxes. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm trying not to panic and doom gloom just yet, because just like every other update, it's just the new, hype and panic. But it is a big, big punch indeed.
Absolutely. Okay. We're gonna go to Mr. Soda Pop Comics. What do you have to say on the topic?
I think I'm going to echo what Omen ended with. Is yeah, it's just going to be another thing. We're going to adapt. It sucks, yep, but just make sure that you get your stuff tuned in right away. Don't waste any more money than you have to, but you're just gonna have to deal with it. That's it. I mean, I don't really have a whole lot else to say. Just it sucks.
Okay. Mr. Joey?
All right. So as far as the ground advantage goes, I have the advantage right now using the eBay stuff. So I've been using ground advantage on basically 90% of all the packages. So I don't have no problem with that. The only thing is that see like these flat rate people that do the flat rate boxes and stuff. All right. If you weigh 20 comic books, 20, 25 comic books, it's going to be in that 4 to 5 pound range. So anything over that, these flat rate people are going to have to figure out how they're going to do this. As far as not using the flat rate, the flat rate boxes anymore. I mean, it's going to hurt a lot of people because it's going to add a lot of excess shipping supplies that they're going to have to purchase due to the brown boxes. So they're going to have to get boxes. But you said that you got a solution for that. So I see that happening to people, that usually ship out flat rate are now going to have to go out and get different supplies and stuff like that. And it could bite into their cost effectiveness, as far as the shipping goes. But I can tell you right now that mostly everything is going to go out ground. Not a lot of stuff is going to go out priority or anything like that, because if you do go out priority, you're going to get killed in shipping for that. So what they have there, the prices are for ground shipping. Anything above ground, if you do priority box and say it's 3 pounds or whatever it is, you're going to pay that price for what that box is going to be. I think it could be like $23.
Yep.
For the shipping.
Yep. And it's going up at some point, probably soon.
Yeah, because it went from 19 to 23. Am I right, Punisher? Oh.
I think Punisher's.
I'm here.
Oh, he fell asleep again.
No, I'm just waiting my turn.
All right. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, Mr. Alien. We don't have to deal with this, but me and you have a new problem that we have to deal with. So,
Yes, and I'll share that with everyone if that's okay, dude.
yeah, I've got the page already that I sent you. Did you want that up?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to load up.
Okay, I've got it already, so I'll just bring it up for you.
It's okay, I got it. Right
Oh, okay.
You guys see my screen?
Yep.
All right, so another fucking monkey wrench thrown in here is Canada, or Canadian stupid leaders are putting in a suspension to some European countries. And the idea, I think, says here, many parcels are undervalued or falsely declared. So we all have to pay now, basically, is the bottom line here. This is what happened to me the other day. I had a German customer, and then after the one purchase, they were blocked from buying anything else. You want, dude, you said you could share this with the team. Please do. With respect to, just let me stop sharing. Stop sharing. With respect to the guys that invested in flat rate packages, that really sucks. Hopefully, they can still be reused. But if you're a seller out there that has been using flat rates and are concerned or have questions with respect to how to maybe manage this into an individual type of listing scenario, please reach out to us, guys. We'll help. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say here, Flat, was the Canadian perspective on that. And happy Canada Day, whoever is out there celebrates.
Very nice. Okay. Skipping, what's your take on all this?
I think that in this category, comics, it's only going to affect probably about 20% of my buyers, I should say. And I'm hoping to do all my bulk boxes before the end of before it takes effect. It's certainly the people that buy 25, 30, 40 books in a show, it's definitely going to affect them. One thing I want to remind you guys is Whatnot's math does not math. Currently, they have it set up where 4 books, if you got 4 to 7, if you use their 4 to 7
4 to 7 ounce
profile, 4 to 7 equals 15 ounces for them. And math being an absolute thing, it should not be 15 ounces ever.
How does it work out like that?
I don't know. Because 4 times 4 is always 16, but in Whatnot world, it's 15. And the same applies in different, as you do the different maths. On a profile. Then it should be 4 to 7 ounces. If you have 4 items that are 4 to 7 ounces, the minimum that should be is 16.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Okay. The maximum, it should be 28 if it's 4 to 7 ounces, but it is not. And if your items are at a minimum of 4 to 7 ounces, you're going to have to pay overage charges, assuming that, so you're going to have to keep an eye on the math of the ounces, is what I'm saying. And I've noticed that they have updated their shipping when you create a new listing, and you're not using the preset that you've done before. If you created a new item, they now comics, they have 1 to 3 ounces as for a single comic, and that is fine for that comic, but that takes nothing for the shipping supplies. So I've got to look at that a little bit more. I know that
that's in the profile.
Yeah, that's in the profile.
No. The idea is each additional item when you create the profile, you create the tear weight of the box and your stuff, and then you add each additional weight for each additional item that goes into there, plus your
yes, for a custom. But if you're using their preset,
right,
and you go into comics and you create a listing for a comic, it gives you options for a single comic, and that's 1 to 3 ounces. For bundles, they have different size bundles of comics, and they go up various on ranges now. That's something that they just updated just this week. I mean, just in the last probably 48 hours.
Do you want to pin up that infographic I just shared? It gives a breakdown of like the prices and there we go. While we're discussing that kind of provides some context for everyone else.
And so it almost seems to me that you need to create custom profiles, shipping profiles for whatever you're selling, whether it's, comics or rocks. I mean, whatever, something in between, toys, whatever. And I don't know. I don't know enough about creating the custom profiles very well. So I'm going to have to learn that a little bit better as far as that goes, because as you guys know, my categories are going to span out, and I have a feeling that stuff that people sell that is heavier, smaller but heavier, such as the rock sellers or the people that sell die cast stuff and other heavy items, they are going to be hit the hardest. And
Less traffic.
Well,
very less
before we
traffic.
go, sorry, I didn't mean to. Don't mean to interrupt. I just that infographic, don't trust it. Because it says over 5 pounds or whatever is the about this money. In Whatnot stuff, it says anything over 5 pounds is commercial pricing. Go with what Whatnot says, because that's what they're saying until further notice. Sorry, I didn't mean to. I don't want to give out bad info. That's all. Sorry, Skipping.
You're fine. And then Punisher, maybe you can cover this as well. I know myself, and I've talked to several other sellers that have recently restocked all their flat rate shipping supplies that are no longer going to be any good to us. I assume you can take it back to the post office because we can't use it for anything else. And so I'd like to know what the plan is on that. Maybe on the post office side, if the post offices are going to be set up to take it back in all that inventory of boxes, because I would hate to just have to toss them out or throw them into recycling. And that would be
they take them back.
I know they do, but not all the post office.
Insurance here, guys. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
What's that? Yeah, that's the other thing I was wondering about. Thank you for reminding me, was the insurance factor, because before the first $100 was covered with insurance for priority shipping. Now we are having to pay for insurance coverage for loss and damage. And they haven't said anything about what that rate's going to be. So that's got a question in my mind as far as that goes, because as many of us know, some of these books, they're not cheap, and we certainly don't want to send them off into the big wide world without coverage.
All right, so as far as that goes with the insurance, I can tell you right now that I shipped out a package today, $400 worth of comics with the extra insurance, and it was $6 extra.
And that was on eBay or Whatnot?
That was on eBay.
You're right. Right. And I'm sure it'll probably be somewhere comparable in that factor.
Oh, yeah.
But that's something that we've got to take into consideration now, going forward, is the insurance coverage that for the first $100 that we weren't having to pay, that we're now going to have to pay. Because I liked my stuff to be insured. I mean, I don't mind the smaller orders that are like $5, $10 and stuff like that. I can live with that. But the ones that are right there at the 100 or above, that's just barely above, right? Mm-hmm. It was a nice comforting feeling. Well, now you're going to want to make sure that it's covered for anything over whatever you deem is important to insure. And I would think anything over $50 would probably be where my level would be. But I don't know. That's something we got to consider into our overhead as well. I know that they also have recommended to go through Uline or U-Haul for buying your boxes.
No, there's cheaper places out there for that.
To say the least.
Yeah.
To say the least. That's like the most expensive places to buy your boxes.
Oh, hell yeah. You got Bags Unlimited too that carries boxes. And there's one more that I got to get for you guys. Because I'm going to tell you truthfully, I don't mean to interrupt you, Skipping, but we all need to put our heads together in order to combat this thing.
Yeah. I know.
There's solutions.
Yeah, well, I'm eager to hear the solutions. I mean, the Gemini boxes are often a standard for the books that have value, and a lot of the sellers use those. Um, and they average, give or take, around $1 a piece, depending on where you buy them. Maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. Um, and certainly, Comic Pro line it got the best deal. It seems to be around on those. And so for comics, it's probably not going to be as, um, unless they start buying boxes full, probably not as going to be as big of a problem as other sellers are going to experience with their products.
I think it's
But
going to affect more on the pallet people
exactly.
with their shipping.
Yeah, that and the people that sells the state and storage units as well, and that kind of stuff. And then the rock and gem world is going to get hit really hard because I buy some rocks that are very heavy, and they fit in the flat rate boxes, and I can't even imagine buying them without the flat rate boxes. And so I know their business is going to take a big hit. So, but that's not what we're talking about as far as them guys go. But that will affect me in my future on whatnot, because I sell rocks and gems too. I mean, I haven't been selling them as of lately, but Lord knows I have plenty of inventory to sell. And I do want to say that the Origin mailers, I was looking at my history on using, because I use the Origin mailers for the low value comics, low cost comics. And I looked and I have had two or three damaged envelopes, and I've sent out tens. Well, I've sent out thousands and thousands of them. So, definitely take that into consideration for if you've got only one or two comics and they're only $1 or $2 a piece, $3 a piece, whatever it is. They certainly ship well, and the product I haven't had, like I said, I've had more damage with boxes, and I've had maybe 7 or 8 damages throughout the last year. Only one this year, and 2 or 3 of them were the white envelopes, the rigid envelopes, and the rest were boxes. So, and one of them being a Gemini. So keep that into consideration in your comic shipping. I think that they have a tendency to go through the postal services machinery pretty well without getting caught up on the machinery and getting jammed up in there. So I definitely recommend them as an option, but again, only for your lower value orders. Like if someone only orders a comic book and it's $3 or $5, certainly give it to consideration into your business, because it certainly has worked well for mine. Punisher?
Yep. Go nuts, Punisher.
All right. We're going to see all kinds of hell break loose. Just like when new buyers get on Whatnot and they don't have their shipping profile set up. And the way Whatnot does things, this is going to be a fucking disaster when it first starts, because people are not going to have their stuff and they're going to be charged a shit ton of shipping. I mean, we already see it with brand new sellers, even experienced sellers. So it is going to be very, very important that if you do things like throw extra things in, all that extra stuff, you're just going to have to add those ounces in. As far as the insurance, doesn't matter if it's priority or ground. The good thing is it automatically comes with $100 insurance. No matter if you go to any post office, it automatically comes with $100 insurance. When this thing was sold and the email came out, it was trying to promote that, look, shipping's going to be cheaper. You're going to be able to sell more. No. Shipping's going to fucking cost an arm and a leg now for everyone, because after a certain amount of books and it gets to that weight, they're going to be charged again. And I can tell you, I've been in some shows that have been stubborn that didn't want to listen to anything we've talked about or listen to anything. And I have seen customers getting charged that 921 over and over and over again. And I mean, some people may not care, but I can tell you that it's going to hurt business overall. People that come in,
Mhm.
and here's another thing. Say you for a comic book show and you go, okay, I'm going to bundle these books together. You're going to have to stop mid-show
Mhm.
and rearrange
Yep.
the shipping,
Yes, sir.
because if not, you can fuck yourself, because here's what's going to happen. You're going to send these packages out. Either A, it's going to make it, or B, that package is going to be stopped somewhere within the stream between from you to them, and it's going to get a postage due on it for being not the right weight. And then the customer's going to have to pay to get that package, or they're going to refuse it, get it sent back. And then you're going to have to deal with them either leaving a negative review, even though you did everything you're supposed to do. I'm just saying this is going to be bad, real bad in the beginning. Will we have to adjust? Absolutely. There is solutions. I will tell you, Poshmark is a way that they offer these amazing ground advantage boxes and bags. Here's the problem. That even though they are amazing, they are not coming in. Some people can't get through. Some people haven't got their supplies for months. And me and Santa did look it up, and they don't have a box equivalent to like the flat rate,
Yeah,
the side loading flat rate.
I'm bringing it up now. The
Yeah, it's like a
Poshmark
big
thing.
size.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is to count that as an option, because I was also, I have all the information on that. I just don't think that it's going to be, you're going to be not having the supplies you need, because I can tell you this, USPS ain't in a fucking hurry. And so I thought first when this all came out, just like when Poshmark and they decided to make these special packages for Poshmark to Ground Advantage because they're the only people that can get them. I was like, okay, maybe the post office is going to do something for Whatnot, since we are pretty much exclusively, unlike eBay, where you can send it any way you want, you send out the shipping. That they were going to make special boxes, but I can tell you right now, this is the last thing on the post office's mind. If anybody has watched anything or knows what's going on in the world, the post office is being decimated right now in Congress, and there's a lot going on, and people are running and doing stuff. So this isn't even an importance of anything to them. Whatever this deal that they made with Whatnot, because I can tell you right now, Whatnot's been eating this whole fucking time with shipping, especially to people that get charged multiple times, don't claim it. Um, they pay a rate. Amazon. Let me give you a piece of information. So Amazon, when they first signed a deal with Amazon, if anybody remembers, you could get a desk, you could get furniture, you could get heaviest fucking things in the world from Amazon. It would come through the postal care service, and they paid less than $1 an item for those items to ship them. So that tells you with the kind of deal that Whatnot made with the postal service, and they're going to have to expose what that deal is eventually, is that they are paying a shit ton less. So why are you taking products that the post office like totally eliminate the flat rate? Period. Okay, jump if you had to jump it from 9 to 12 or 13 when you're probably only paying 4. So that's definitely an issue. I also see people hurting bad, because I'll tell you right now, when you lose your ass on shipping because you fucked up and or didn't get it right, or Whatnot did something stupid and can't add, or you have to put more money out in supplies, and you do this cost, just like in any business, has to be transferred to the consumer. So the dollar starts might be gone, the whatever, because if I got to pay shipping supplies, I got to pay this. I can't I can't buy a box that's going to cost me, say, 65 cents. Then that bag and board is going to cost me another 20 cents. Then it's going to do this. And then I'm going to sell a book that I definitely paid more than $1 for $1 and keep
Yeah.
running dollar books. What sense? That doesn't make business sense. I mean, you can win and lose. Yeah, but eventually it's going to have to do. So is it going to eliminate some of the buyers and whatnot? Is possibly, because if you're going to keep losing, this ain't going to be the place for you. Solutions. You're going to have to get creative. Okay. I've heard many people, I know people have been talking about this with me back and forth. I guess they feel like I have an inside source. Um, you can't turn a priority box inside out because the priority box is stamped on the inside.
Mhm.
That's one thing. So just get that out of there. Second thing is they make, now this is going to get creative. They make bags that you put boxes in. Okay. So I'm not saying do this. I'm
I
saying
already do it.
Wink,
that
wink.
I'm saying talking, there is boxes, cheap solution, bags that go over boxes, sealed. Now, with that being sold, let me just give you the little caveat. I know some people hate the word tape. You need to use tape on all corners. So, for some reason, if that bag gets caught in something and tears open, and you've got that postal employee that wants to be the hero of the day and tries to, oh, nope. And then they try to charge the customer for that priority package. So, solutions. That is a solution. Otherwise, Geminis, you're gonna if you haven't been doing it, I know when I first started, I was like tossing my Geminis. Now I've got like a whole storage room full of Geminis because um I've been saving them and stuff like that because when I do run a show, I do have the people that I only get 1 or 2 books and they go in there. I pretty much have always had it set up. If you get 2 books, you get a priority flat rate box and get it in, and I do all my what I do, and that's going to be the real tell. Is you're really going to have to get creative with this. You've got, even in any business you run, you don't want to cut corners on customer service, but you're going to have to cut corners on, not, let me say, not cut corners. You're going to have to be creative, okay? Because you still want to offer the same quality in your shipping. Because if you go to Temu and you decide to get
No,
those white things,
no.
that cardboard is super, super thin. And I can tell you, you put that thing in there, you're taking a risk. Just like if you put them in rigid envelopes or something like that. There, I know Skippins has some success on some of the lower price books that she sent out, but that's also a risk because when number one, when it goes on a machine, let me explain how it happens. You either drop it off at a post office or your mail carrier picks it up. Then it goes by and it's either handled by other people. Then it gets tossed into a thing called a Gaylord or an APC. Inside the Gaylord, it's a bunch of packages that are being tossed in over top of one another, and obviously they turn all different ways. So that means angles and stuff like that, the corner stuff. And then if you get something, you start to pushing all that stuff down, and then here comes this up to 70-pound package on top. What do you think happens? Let's just think gravity. So that stuff just starts going down, down, down. So that means the pressure on each package keeps getting more. So that's why the structure of the cardboard boxes and stuff like that help. So then it gets there, it goes to a plant. Then it gets tilted up sideways and they put it on a machine. So then it dumps into another box. So that at that time, when it comes down into a box, if it's one of the early packages that go into that box to go ship to whatever destinations are going to the next facilities, it can also take that risk of being pushed in because you got machines where it's going up, over, and dropping down into a bin. anything can happen. So then what happens is it gets to that next facility. It goes to the same thing, goes through machines, processing, comes down. Then it gets sent by tractor trailer to the facility. Then that facility, if they have a machine inside their facility, depending on the size, it goes to another machine, does the same thing, drops into a hamper for each one of the carriers. Or it gets done manually where you get another hamper for these carriers and they're tossing the packages into the thing. They're usually standing in the middle or so somewhere where they could toss them. And then, you don't know. And then what happens is then the carriers got to get them, pull them out, and then stack them in their vehicle and eventually get to you. There's a lot of handling, a lot of everything that goes on, and many, many people to touch that package before it gets from you to them. So it is very, very important that you have something that can possibly take the abuse. That's why it's so important how you pack. That's not as big as concern to me. I mean, the people I know on this panel are fantastic packers. They've been doing it for a while. They understand comics are fragile. We care about every nick. We care about every ding. We care about everything. Grades are important. All that. We understand that. We know what we're doing. We're in that business. My main concern is people panicking when they get that at the end of their show. They had $1,000 show and they had $600 in fucking shipping charges, and they're going to be flipping out. They're going to be freaking out. Whatnot support sucks. And I'll tell you right now, Whatnot support when we first started on this was pretty good.
Yes.
Whatnot support now, I had a package returned that I had to send them in Arizona. It was delivered for days. I contacted them and I said, listen, I want my fucking refund. You've had my package for days. I got an email in 20 minutes because, Punisher Rider sometimes can get a little aggressive if you piss me off. Within 20 minutes, all of a sudden, I got a refund. I'm like, really? I have to contact you and I did everything you asked me to do. So they are getting lazier. They're not doing what they want to do because guess what? If they don't give you the refund, they keep the product and they keep the money. So I'm just saying is you're just going to have to be on your toes and you're going to have to be alert with everything. There might be a little trial and error. Maybe it's better just to be cautious around the beginning of the month, the first. So maybe schedule around it. Maybe not try to do 2 shows, maybe do 1 show, see how it goes, see what's going on, and then make adjustments. I don't know. Just be alert around that first so you don't catch yourself in a bad way. Because you're not going to get that money back and Whatnot's just going to keep eating. Besides that, I mean, I'm sure I've got more to talk about, but
What about the boxes?
What about boxes?
Yeah, the stuff the supplies we got. Because I talked to my post office and they said they're not set up to receive a large quantity in return of the shipping supplies. Does the post office have a plan for that?
Well,
and as you said, I'm sure it's low on your guys' totem pole, but
at the end of the day, they're so full of shit. Okay, because number one, I know it's just the beginning of July, but peak season is around the corner. It'll be here before we know it. And according to the USPS peak season, which actually starts at the end of September. And as soon as kids go back to school, shit starts going flying. People sending kids stuff and, oh, my kid forgot this, or, when school starts, it starts getting going, and then supplies start flying out the door and trying to get our supplies. I can tell you, I personally already have enough supplies to last me up into the middle of next year.
Yeah, me too.
But no, I'm talking about at my office. I run things a certain way, and I can tell you right now, we ain't never missing nothing. So, if
they give
that
you that
post office
hesitance,
doesn't
just
look,
take them little by little.
listen, I've seen USPS boxes bulk sold at Goodwill. To be honest with you, they were selling them for like $5.99 for a bundle.
I saw that.
So, I mean, drop them off at Goodwill. There's other places, Staples, other places would want boxes. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's probably multiple post offices within your reach. I
Yeah.
know it may not be your local one, but it's
Yeah,
your
I figured
supplies.
You can
yeah, but I
use
can't use them for anything else, really. I
Yes,
mean,
yes, you can. You can
oh,
use them at. You can use them and make your own Geminis with them.
Another thing you can
but-
make is if you don't want to do the bags, there's another cheap option of brown paper. They sell it in big rolls.
I
I
got
know it's
some.
going to take extra work, but brown paper around the outside of the boxes, wrap it up like Christmas present, send it on its way.
It has the brown paper has more of a tendency to rip than the poly bags.
I understand that, but I'm just letting people know.
Yeah.
You might have to double layer it. I know that those brown rolls are pretty cheap. Of course, again, tape is going to be your friend. So again, that's probably going to be a little bit more expensive with tape, but it's just going to take some creative minds. And I know, listen, a bunch of us are very creative and stuff. It's going to hurt people that aren't listening to this show. It's going to hurt people that think they're going to outsmart whatnot in the post office when it comes to I'll still send it and whatever. That's going to hurt your rating, and that's going to hurt people not getting their products. And I think it's going to put a real ding, especially when the cost starts coming in. I don't think those people, because that additional $7.20, especially because people bid differently when they have free shipping. And I can tell you, like, people are like, "Oh, I'll take that. I'll take that." They have to keep paying for shipping. They're not going to be buying as much because that money's going to be going to whatnot.
Well, that's the question that I had. So you do one book.
Why you're still sharing your screen, just so you know.
Yes, I do know. I'm doing it on purpose.
All right, I was going to say, don't dox yourself.
But I'll let you guys go. I spent my skipping moment, so.
All right. So, question is for me is that if I sell one book, they're going to get charged that 4 to 7 ounce weight, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I sell 2 books, is it going to go up to the next weight they're going to get charged?
Goes to 9 ounces.
All right. And then the next one, and then the next one until they're paying the full amount.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same way that it is now, $9.21, and you pay until you get free shipping.
No, and that's where we got to change that. We have to change the 8 to 11 ounces. I'm telling you, long term, 8 to 11 ounces, getting that extra couple ounces per book is going to help you with tape and extra packaging and everything.
All right, I can tell you something right now. I changed mine and used the 8 to 11 ounces in one show, and it cost me a lot more in shipping.
Santa, don't confirm yet. Place a max order, do 50 and 50, or just 25, 25 and 50. You have a max. I wanted to add that you have a max of 100 items per order. So always max it out because you can't place another one until that order arrives.
Okay. So
my order arrived 2 weeks ago, and they still didn't mark it as arrived. So Poshmark won't let me order any further supplies at the moment.
So then I'll order this. How's that?
But are you going to get it?
That's why I'm doing it now live, and we're going to see. We're going to follow up on it. That's
so now you're at 200. It won't allow that. You could try, but you have to do 50 and 50.
Yeah, because you got to realize we don't know how many of these supplies they actually do have, because it's out of Kansas City, I believe that it comes out of. And the problem is with all the people trying to get them, it's going to be a pain in the ass.
Will it allow 105?
No. Try it. See if it does. But I always get an error message.
On the confirm, let's see.
Click confirm.
Maximum quantity. Got it. Okay.
Suckers.
This is good. This is why we're doing it live.
So Punisher, question for you. I had kind of looked at this as more of a USPS issue than a whatnot issue. Obviously, like you said, USPS is freaking going through it right now, going through the ringer, loss of money, what have you. And I noticed that even if you go into the post office, they have increased rates in person. They have increased rates on eBay. on Whatnot, on every freaking avenue. So I think for myself, I'm going to try to distinguish it as a USPS thing rather than a Whatnot thing to try to appease my buyers and kind of take that doom gloom out of it. But do you think it's more a USPS thing, or do you think Whatnot?
It was a negotiated deal. So for anybody that thinks the post office is losing money, let me just enlighten people. You cannot lose the kind of money year after year after year and keep the lights on no matter what you are. Plus, the money that they did grab from the taxpayers, and yes, they got some taxpayer money in the last couple of years. That money was spent on some new facilities and vehicles, which they have processed. So again, it didn't go towards your debt. It just added more debt. Then, as it was shown in the hearings, the bonuses were more than people's salaries. So if you're losing that kind of money, supposedly that you're saying, you're not paying that kind of salaries. Plus, people, they haven't missed a single payment to employees' salaries. So something has to give and something ain't right. So when it comes to the money thing, that's with that. They are hemorrhaging money in bad ways. That I'm not going to get into too much. I don't want to bore people and tell people everything that's going on with that. But they're pissing it away on stupidity. That's all I'm going to say with that.
Makes sense.
Whatnot. This is obviously a deal with Whatnot. Sometimes I don't know who negotiated it with Whatnot. I think that Whatnot, when they were at the negotiation table or trying to get whatever, obviously one side buttered the other because they have, since Amazon has done a lot of their own shipping with their third party companies that deliver their packages. And that's what Amazon's been trying to do from the beginning. Whatnot, and this is something I brought up literally at a meeting. I was like, you guys never talk about Whatnot, and Whatnot exclusively ships through the Postal Service. All the people on every single day, all the packages going out. That's all money generating revenue for the Postal Service. But we never hear about Whatnot. It's always Amazon. And at this point, I believe Whatnot is actually bigger than Amazon when it comes to shipping packages through the Postal Service. So Whatnot is one of the new kings of shipping. So it is definitely a huge benefit, but obviously they don't want to say that because they don't want to think they're making revenue, because we're not really a business, we're a service, and we're supposed to break even and not make money. So I think it was a negotiating table, and I think that obviously Whatnot on their side didn't use their fucking head and realize how many people, even though they should have had the data from all the people that switched to flat rate shipping, and you only have 5 adjustments. Okay. So now my question is, if you go to try to make an adjustment and it's too heavy, Whatnot will still try to charge you. For the most part, they do, but they try to whatever. If you try to switch it to from a ground to a priority, are they going to accept that adjustment for your first 5 adjustments? That's going to be a question I'll be interested to see what comes up. I just feel that this is going to and I don't trust Whatnot with any major changes, because we've seen it from past history. I'm just going off their history, that Whatnot seems to fuck up more shit than they do right off the beginning. And it's good. I just feel like this is going to be insane, and with the cost, and people are going to be screwed, and their refunds and everything. And I hope this doesn't, people be like, after they get 1 or 2 books, they're like, oh, shipping again. You know what? I want to cancel my order, all that shit. So you're going to have to make sure you put no cancellations. I think some of you, not you guys generally, you're going to have to take maybe a different stance on this, depending on how I feel you have to deal with more customers. Another thing too is location. I'm very interested to see, because sometimes if you're shipping from the East Coast to the West Coast being ground, then on top of that, it can cost more by ground than it would have been by a flat rate. That's why when they come in and we suggest people use flat rate, and we looked at the price difference, it was cheaper to send it flat rate. So some of that area is going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen with that cost, because we've already seen part of it where based on where you're located in the country that the costs have been different with shipping. So that's something else I think we all need to keep an eye on. And
Glad you mentioned that.
I do believe that it's going to be one of those things where we need to be, I just can't say it enough. We're going to have to get creative, but you better have your shipping. Me personally, I feel that you need to put it to 8 to 11. Everybody can do what they want. You might even have to bump it up again. It's hard to say because I don't want Whatnot to fuck up the math as bad, like Skippin said, and not have the weight properly. Because man, I'll tell you what, the package is coming back, Whatnot's coming after you, your rating goes down, all that hard work you did, and for some stupid shit about shipping, when you've had this shit down and you've been doing it for good. So I think there's definitely going to be some trial and errors here. So for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, it's already scary that as soon as this change was released, I don't know if anybody else was affected by it, but as soon as it was released, the traffic on the app for myself and other sellers whose rooms I'm in has drastically decreased. The sale numbers the past couple weeks are the lowest I've seen since starting. So I don't know if that's a culmination of multiple factors, being summer, people out and about, shipping changes, what have you. But yeah, definitely approaching it with my eyes wide open so that, I can approach it correctly.
Well, I don't think it's really going to be because of the shipping, because it really hasn't taken effect yet.
Yeah, I think it's just like,
It's
the fear and the
summertime
panic it
vacation. Kids
instilled.
are out of school. This
Yeah,
happens every year.
but I've been on the shows I've been in other categories. It's definitely something people. I know that everyone is asking about what the shipping charges are.
Yeah.
It's just kind of turned
Even
people
even
off. it seems.
currently, customers are asking buyers how much shipping is going to be, right? And they're asking as if it's already taken effect. And they're wanting to know what their bundling structure is, and they're asking questions that they weren't asking before. It was just, do you bundle shipping and is it max $9.21? Now it's like, how many items do I get? And they're asking a lot more questions. So I do think it's already starting to slowly affect, because people are catching word of it, and the uncertainty. A lot of buyers that buy, certainly in other categories, but even in this category, I have buyers that buy in bulk. They buy multiple and they want to fill up that 921, take as much advantage of that 921. And I know for a fact in other categories such as clothing and other categories where they certainly will buy more just to take, because it's girl math, guys. It's girl math. We save money by buying more to take advantage of that shipping, and I know that it's going to definitely play a factor. And I won't buy typically one item but with a lower shipping start point, maybe I will be more apt to buy one item and only pay $4 for shipping and not $7 for shipping for the one item. So
we've
something to watch.
We've gone over one solution, which is for some of the shipping supplies. Poshmark is a possible option. We're going to see how quickly things come in. Omen Bids has already done it and he's gotten his product. But Punisher said some people aren't. So there is another way to do it besides the app. There's a phone number you can call, which again I can put in the description. So that's one. Another solution for some of the people that do sort of that flat rate type boxes. Yes, you're going to have to put less in, but what you can do is there's an option, if everyone has heard of it, it's called Pirate Ship or other third-party shipping. What you can do is you can create an account, log in, see what it's going to ship you. The problem is it's more work for you as a seller because you are going to have to keep the addresses of your buyers, and they are going to have to turn on local pickup. I do this because with Canada stuff, to ship to some of the American buyers. You can do it, but you can ship via UPS about 5, let's say from my Buffalo box to Virginia, most of the country, it's going to be about $7 for 5 pounds. And that's UPS, not USPS. And again, UPS doesn't care about you using the flat rate boxes. The only thing that you have to worry about is if they are rural and UPS does not deliver and they hand it off to USPS for the final leg, then you're going to have a problem. So you can either use the boxes or the technique of the poly bag on top. So either way, there's solutions out there. There are things you can do.
Well, the biggest problem is going to be after the 5 pounds.
Yes, that's why I say I don't know what they're with that infographic, Omen. I understand you've got the infographic, but how they're coming up with 10, this is $10. How do they know? Nothing's been
I think
disclosed.
that's just like a starting off rate. It's definitely going to be at least that amount, I'd imagine, and then go up from there depending on distance and zone, as Punisher was mentioning. Because if I ship from Florida to California, that's like a zone 5, I believe. It's going to be like over that $10 amount, but I think that's just referring to like minimum ranges in the infographic.
So I got a question. Read in the comments over here. Why would you pay more on for example, the Tomb Chromebooks? It was $9.21. Why would it now be $15 plus? Now I understand the prices are changing, but they're supposed to be dropping. So now the buyer eats more cost.
They can, if depending on the weight. It's now dependent on weight, because with flat rate we were 70 pounds and under, right?
Yeah.
That's now we are 5 pounds and under. You are going to pay more the more it weighs. They are going to pay. It's less if it's 5 pounds and under. Over, they may pay more. They may, but most probably.
All right, see, Pirate Ship, a priority medium flat rate box.
Here, I'll do one live if everyone wants to see it.
The priority medium flat rate box on Pirate Ship ranges $16 to $20.
That's if you're using. Watch, I'm actually going to show you.
USPS, yes.
I know. That's the problem, and that's why I'm saying use UPS. It actually becomes $7. Watch. No. Log in.
While he's doing that, similar issue with eBay. You have to market differently to get those shipping discounts. So, like Punisher said, just get creative and really play around with it to provide the best experience.
Okay, here's to Maine. Rather than choose your UPS box, we're actually going to use a rigid box. So we're going to say 14 by 12 by 3.5.
That's a standard side order. Yeah.
Right, and we're going to say 5 pounds. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Get rates. That's if you're using thing. They're going to make me feel bad because when I showed it to Punisher the other day, it was $7. But there's $11.
That's UPS ground.
That's UPS ground. Yeah, but they give you the rates.
Oh yeah, I know that. I've been using Pirate Ship for the last 4 years.
Yeah, I've been liking it. It's been giving it to me at $5. Why?
Let's had it increased today.
Yeah, great, awesome. 14 by 12 by 3.5. Yeah, that's what I've been using. It was bringing up before.
There
it
was a
bringing up
sign when I went into
$7.
the post office today that there's increased commercial rates.
This
on
is you.
just
This
about
is
everything.
UPS.
Oh,
This is
UPS,
UPS.
not USPS.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right.
Is
So
the
it
unit of
was
measure
$7.
set properly flat?
Yep, it is. It's 5
So
pounds.
it's a 15 by 12, just so you know, I have it in my hands. It's
There's
15
two
by
different
12.
sizes. There's 15 by 12 and there's also 14.5 by 12.
Yeah. Okay. I was just doing 14, whatever. If you do it by you do it by the medium flat rate thing, then you'll get the rates. $21.
Yeah, I know that.
It's because you know what it is. It's because the main, it's the this is B&J Comics. They're up in the mountains. They're rural, so
So I think
that
that's another.
yeah, that's why they probably UPS probably hands off to USPS in this thing. But this is a prime example of what you're going to run into.
And that's also a perfect example of why we're in the situation we're in, is because all these packages that have been shipped through whatnot all these years have been 921 max, 921 max, and USPS has been losing their asses on that. Same deal with their Amazon stuff. They're charging like $1 per package max. So I think they should have set the precedent clear early on instead of making such a drastic change, in the middle of everything, to make that transition easier. But
Yeah,
hopefully they learn from.
Well, I want to disagree
shit
with
show.
that. And I want to disagree with you for a moment with that. Only reason I'm saying this, when you have UPS, FedEx, Amazon, DHL, they're coming from a certain location and going out to this certain places costs gas and everything else. Unlike the Postal Service, that is very unique, delivers to every single address every single day, or goes past the house every single day, no matter what, whether they have mail or not. So no matter what, they were going to that location anyway. That's what makes the USPS
Yes.
That makes
different
sense.
than the other companies, because they're already going to that address. That's why UPS and all them pay our rate. They pay a lower rate. If you pay UPS $9, they'll pay us $8.15. Okay, they make 50 cents. Who cares? You know what I mean? They didn't have to do the final leg because the post office network is already going there.
That makes sense. But it's still a large difference. I mean, from $9.21 to $21 is fine, but even considering like Amazon's, like you said earlier, you're getting a desk shipped for they're making like $1 net on that. What would it really cost if I walked in and shipped a desk right now? Probably like $100 freaking dollars. So hopefully things pick on up soon and whatnot. Learn
So guys,
from it.
I mentioned this last week. Inflation is not prices going up; it's weakening of the dollar, and so what companies have to do is raise prices. And so I know I heard a lot from a lot of risks tonight, and I think I just want to add another one here. Inflation risk is the number one risk to your money and to your profits and everything. And Skip and Stone said the other week, know your numbers on margins. You're going to have to update this. And I think what I'm hearing with respect to the intangible risks is that you got to buffer these costs into your cost model too. Like because you don't know what the government or what the company is going to do next, whether they restrict whatever, right? So you have to kind of bundle these things in or have other scenarios built up. And I will say one other thing with respect to buying labels. you can do that on Shopify as well. In Canada, we have the choice between the post office, Canada Post, and DHL and the others too. But we can buy it all through Shopify. I'm not sure if we're getting awesome rates there, but convenience sake, that's all.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a workaround where we're not going to worry about the boxes. We're going to have to worry about actually setting up the shipping correctly, that everybody gets their head together, finds a solution for that actual shipping profile that will get everybody on the right page and using the new sets of boxes.
Well, that's going to take a little bit once it implements. I mean, we can do it all we want, but until it gets put into practice, it's just a theory, right? We can
Right. It
do
may
all
just
we
be a
want.
theory, but if we work on the situation now for a solution for the next month coming up, it would
Well,
be a lot easier.
it's pretty easy. I mean, no matter how you do it, custom profile, get your box, get your dimensions, get your tear weight, like figure out what it's going to cost you for the weight of the box, figure out what it's going to cost you for the packing materials, and then figure out what a generic bag, board, and comic is going to be. Obviously there's going to be a range, but do that and put that in as your each additional for each
I
item.
get that. You know,
I
in
use a
6
kitchen
years-
scale for this, like a simple kitchen scale, digital scale. I put an empty box, some packing in it, and I put a comic book in there and whatever. And then I also put all my thank yous and extra cards and crap that I give to everyone. I put that in there too and get a dry weight, right? And you can benchmark from there.
Right. But the thing is in 6 years that I've been running on Whatnot, I have never used their profiles. I only use my custom profiles, never used a Whatnot profile.
Right. And that's it. And again, us as Canadians, you guys as Americans have been, I've said it before on this show, you guys had it great for so long. And with flat rate stuff, even at $20, guys, you're up to 70 pounds shipping. Trying to ship something from up the street in Canada, just up the street in Canada Post, 70 pounds, and see what that's going to cost you.
Oh my
I'm
God.
just gonna walk it over. I got some good news, guys.
$116.
Team USA is up 1 goal. 1-0.
Yay!
I also want to give a tip to, I know a lot of people like to claim shows. A tip, what I would do, and this is just what I would do. You can do whichever you want. Instead of like before it was like fill a flat rate box or fill something like that, take a box and put it up to 4.5 pounds.
20 books.
So what I'm saying is that
I
may
already
work. So about around there, and if you've already done the work, that's great, Joey. So it's about if about 20 books then. So you'll know after 20 books that you have to make sure that put it in your show notes, put in something. Listen, that your box is filled. It's going to be another shipping charge for another box for you. So
All right, so
just make sure that, because we're going to have to educate a lot of the buyers, because
Okay,
the buyers
here's-
might hear it there, but we're going to have to educate them when it comes into it, because I don't know about you, shows are going, we're moving. We already got some distractions and things going on. If we have 100 people in our chat, why am I getting charged shipping again? Why am I getting charged shipping again? It's going to be like this. So we're going to have to educate the buyers too.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, so here you go. 20
what I would
books that
suggest, guys, and this may be just the spitballing here, but if we did a private show and just invited some folks that we know, maybe we could purchase from each other and test these different things. I don't know, and then return them and so on.
I think that would be a good idea to do on August 1st.
All right, here's a little situation that everybody doesn't factor in, is that modern books, bronze books, copper books, silver age books all weigh differently.
Yep.
Okay, so I put 20 modern books in the box. If I put 20 bronze or silver age books in the box, it's going to weigh maybe 2.5 to 3 pounds. Okay, the modern books weigh a lot more than those other books. So you got to do a little stipulation. If you're selling Modern books, yeah, 20 books is going to fill a box. If you're selling copper or bronze or silver, it's going to weigh a lot less, and you can put more books in the box.
But that's you getting, as Alien said, go get yourself a scale. They're like $5 to $10.
Yeah,
It's
you can
gonna
buy 'em.
save, right?
Yeah, kitchen scale works good.
Just get
Accu-Check,
them
Accu-Check.
and go use it, and uh figure what your average stuff that you're going to sell is going to be,
I think
and
what
kind of
we're
know it.
trying, I think the lesson, maybe overarching theme to tonight and throughout our all our whatnot, why nots is efficiency. And someone mentioned it tonight, and that's the whole ball game. We can squeeze more pennies out of our process. That goes to our savings to our buyers, right? We can pass those savings on. Therefore, we can sell more, right? That's the whole idea. Lower prices, better, more sales, right? Sell by volume. That's how I'm working it, at least, or thinking about a problem.
I gotta say, I'm gonna go back to something Skippin said earlier. Um, we, the card people, are gonna probably be hit the least. We're gonna have to deal and be creative, but if you look at a lot of the whatnot categories, especially like the food category that they brought in, I know people that are selling meats and they're putting that dry ice in there, and food, and the stones and the
Next
estate
day
sales.
hair.
All these other categories are going to be decimated by this.
Yeah.
You know, as far as the pallet people go, they already ship by pallet, so there's really nothing that it's gonna affect them.
Oh no,
Right,
I
and to
think
my
it's the people that break the pallets down that's gonna that sell it.
exactly. In fact, that's what I was thinking too. And just to say what Punisher Ryder was saying is, where we're efficient, you're gonna be a better off. If your business model is taking advantage of the bulkiness or whatever you call this, right? The unevenness, let's call it all. That was great for a time, but I think the more efficient, the more precise we are with our measurements, the better we'll be. Like I said, we'll squeeze more savings out too, possibly.
Okay, I was talking to one of the bigger flat rate box sellers on here on whatnot today, and I asked him that question. I said, "So what are you going to do?" And he turned around and said, "Well, I'm going to have to do what I got to do. I got to get creative. I got to figure out a way to get this done. You know, if I'm going to still sell these flat rate boxes." And you know, when I told him, 20 new books in a box equals 4.5 to 5 pounds, he was like, "Yep, well, that's the way it's going to be." So your flat rate boxes going 50, 60 books are now going down to 20 books. So
You'll have to
gonna,
adjust
yeah.
adjust the pricing.
Yeah. So the prices are also going to be, so now you're selling half a box instead of a full box.
I'm going to go to the dark side of this.
There's a darker side.
I'm going to go to the dark
Oh
side
yes,
of this.
of course.
Here's the dark side.
I'm in.
There's going to be a ton
Dark
of
side
sellers.
flows through you, Punisher Ryder.
It does. It does. What you don't understand about the dark side. It's going to weed out a lot of fucking shit sellers.
Yes.
Dark side has cookies.
So, yeah. Actually, son of a bitch, I'm eating a cookie right now. Anyway, it's going to weed out a lot of shit sellers, people that are not going to be able to afford to sell on here, and people that don't want to listen or pay attention or whatever. They think they just wing it or whatever. I think you're going to see less and less sellers. So people that actually do adjust and people, everything else are, it's going to maybe get back to the way it was 2 years ago.
And I'm hoping that the next change we see is bringing your own labels. Right now, it's only available to Germany, France, and if you sell pallets. If, like eBay, we were able to purchase our own labels, bring our own labels, that would solve all this concern and chit-chat and anger and aggression that we're all feeling.
And if you do massive shows, and like if you're a solo or even just two people, you don't have a team, like some of the bigger places have. I tell you what, we already know for us to do this, that shipping time and everything to ship 50, 60, 100 packages, how much extra time that takes and everything like that. If we have to take additional steps and go on top of that, that's just more time that's going to be coming out of it. And you've got to build that into what your costs are. Just
Exactly.
like Alien Warrior and Skippin said. So you've got to take all this into consideration. You're not working for free. Okay. So, I mean, this is part of your business. If you were working for somebody, you would expect to be paid. So, this is all part of it. Okay. So, that it's going to take extra time. It's going to do everything like that. I mean, obviously, we have some very smart people, and then we have Joey on this panel. But it will,
You
we
should
will
see what
find
I'm doing right
solutions.
now.
TMI.
Yeah, I'm going to show you what I was doing right now.
Oh God.
There's 10 of these. Yeah, you know what that is, right? 10 of those.
Quick, close the Pornhub tab.
Thank you. May I have another, sir?
Yes, you did. Well, listen, I think the most cost-effective shipping supply that we have is bags and boards. You get what I'm saying? So that's the most cost-effective thing that we have, and we all order from the same people.
Mhm.
So we got to be literally. We have to go ahead and refurbish and restructure and do this. And I've done it every single step of the way. There's a way to figure it out. There's a way to get it done. You're not going to get it done maybe in the first, shot or anything like that, but you'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I know we'll figure it out.
Are you saying we get together as a buying group and I go
Yes.
talk to Chris and see about us getting better rates?
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I've spoken to Chris, and if you're going to resell and stuff like that, he does have.
Yeah, he's got
Also-
it, but he doesn't do many. He doesn't give
Right,
it out
but
very many.
I asked him one day. I said, "Look, I need 5,000 bags and boards." He goes, "All right, let me know what you want, and I'll send you an invoice." But I already had it in the order. It would have been a lot less.
Mhm.
If you want to do bulk, and buy big amounts of bags and boards, it's going to cost you. He'll work with you.
Yes,
He'll-
he will. Yeah, him and his dad are great.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Santa, you were talking about pirate ship, and I want to bring something up. I don't know if you guys realize this, but if you have a business account with USPS, we actually get better prices than pirate ship.
But you have to
Okay.
set up a business account.
Yeah, and that's easy. I've already done it.
How do you do it?
You
Go on USPS.com.
and set up a business account, and then you go to your post office and have them business services contact you. So they'll put in an email request and have them contact you, and then they can go over what your rates are. And it's actually about $1 or $2 cheaper to ship through with your business account than it is even pirate ship. So
Right.
if you didn't know that, that is an option as well. And I haven't utilized it yet, but I did look at some of the rates and compared some of the rates on a couple of the packages, and it was a little bit cheaper than pirate ship. So you can get a better price than just the average person going to the post office, and certainly even better price than pirate ship and some of the other companies that do the
for
shipping.
USPS, but not UPS. And again, I didn't want to use anybody. I didn't want to dox anybody to show it. But yeah, from Buffalo to Florida is $7.
Exactly.
So that
From
by
Canada-
UPS.
Now,
From a
the
Canada
problem
business perspective, too, guys, you can go to the Canada Post website and sign up for free for a business account. I have Alien Comics, and they send you a card too, and you scan that when you go to the post office if you're paying for postage, and they'll give you like 20% just for having this card, and it's totally free.
Okay, so I shipped a box through pirate ship. Okay, medium flat rate, and it had $23 crossed out, and it cost me 16 to ship it. Okay, now that's just for one demographic area where it went to. It will be different for every demographic area and postal code where you go. So shipping by USPS, getting a label from them, is it going to be less than, because they're going to charge you $23 for a flat rate, medium flat rate box. With a business account, what's it going to be?
It's significantly cheaper. It's not as good as the whatnot rates of 921, but it is significantly cheaper. And my point was, not just so UPS and FedEx both have business accounts as well that offer business rates, and it's possible that if you're doing that, if that's the way you choose to go about some of the shipping rates for some of the heavier orders, it would be certainly something to look into and see if UPS has their own better rates than because what the group funded rates are just, I mean, all they are is using a business account and then adding a couple of dollars on extra for their own shipping or for their own profits. So you can get the price that Pirate Ship gets to sell that label.
Mm-hmm.
Is my point. So I'm assuming if UPS has got that rate, it might be available to you as well as a customer or as a seller.
You'd need significant volume to get those
Sure,
prices.
and I understand that, but it's certainly worth looking into, right? Depending on what your volume rate is, and so that's all I'm trying to say is look at that. I didn't know that until just recently about UPS or USPS that they offer the better price than, and I mean, I'm not selling nothing like what Pirate Ship ships out, right? I mean, sells and ships out because people across the country use it, and I was able to get a better price with the USPS for everyday shipping, but it still wasn't the 921 for the larger items. But I just was tossing it out there.
So somebody had mentioned about doing a private show before. Who was that?
That was Alien.
Alien. Is he still here?
Yeah, buddy, I'm here.
All right. So I'm up for doing that private show and getting some people in there so that we could bang our heads together and figure this shit out.
I like it, buddy. Let's do it.
I think August 1st we need to...
Wait. You brought it up, so now you own it. You make the show.
Yeah, but he's Canadian.
He's Canadian.
It doesn't matter.
Are you sure you get free maple syrup with every purchase?
May we? No. Okay, I'll mute now.
I'm serious. I think this is a group thing that, getting all the heads together would be a good solution to fix this.
For sure, we can start with a chat group and go from there.
I think kind of incorporating maybe a couple other categories and getting their inputs would be interesting as well. Obviously, cards and comics were kind of on the lighter side of categories, along with like the Lego mini bricks and whatever. But I am curious to hear input of like an electronics seller or, like rocks and crystals and that sort of thing. I got to pop into those shows and get their input because, again, while it does kind of suck for us as well, we do have the better end of the stick with the lighter items.
Yeah, true. Precious metals would probably have a big. I'll jump in a couple of those to see how they're dealing with it because their stuff weighs like a ton.
Well, I think we just have to do our homework now, and we got to go and see what's going on.
Everybody got your homework for the week. We'll reconvene. No,
no, seriously.
No copying off of Punisher's paper because that's just gonna be wrong.
But look.
Yeah, never follow Punisher Rider.
Right now,
there's right now, okay, there's a situation with the shipping, okay, and a lot of people are not going about getting the solution for the shipping that's going on, that's going to happen. Okay. And that's where it needs to be, is not to worry about what it's going to be. Let's worry about the solution. Okay. You need that solution. There's a problem, there's a solution.
I also
I-
think we
I
need to
agree with you.
educate our mods. Well, I think our mods need to be educated on this.
Yeah. Yes,
So
yeah.
they can answer a majority of the chat, because I see the buyers fucking sending tons of messages through all the shows for a while until this gets fixed.
That's
I
a good
agree.
call out.
Yep.
You hear that, mods? You're being put on the spot.
You got your
Are you
homework
sure you
too.
want to be mods now? Everyone's like,
Understood Ryder is
I'm
right.
busy next week. I'm sorry, I can't mod. I'm on vacation.
You still love me, right?
Okay. So has anyone got
I'll set up
anything
Punisher
else?
Rider modding fees.
There you go.
Has anyone got anything that that they want to add to to this specific topic? If not, we're going to go to.
Well, I'm going to put it to you this way: everybody should be utilizing their notes, big time, to let everybody know what's going on and what's going to be happening. So, if you
No one reads those.
Yeah, well,
They don't.
if you structure it in your notes, okay, and you put it in there and you tell people, please read the notes, okay, whether they read it or not. If they read it, all well and good. If they don't, that's on
It's
them.
on them. Yeah, it is. It is.
Okay,
And
that's what the notes are
What's
for.
funny though, you're
That's
mentioning
great,
this
but
because
it's still. Go ahead.
I was just
Because
I
I'm
like
going to
when
tell
the
you
seller
right now, I'm not going to be going over what's going on, and
I like
500
when the seller
times
mentions
during
that
the
read
show.
notes, and I actually do. It's like a reminder, but because I always forget. But when the seller says, "Yeah, read the notes," I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay. What's this guy got?" Right? Great
It's not
idea.
going to stop the
Always good to
stupid
call it
people.
in.
It's not going to stop the stupid people that aren't going to do it. Yes, it's on them, but they're still going to give you a bad review, and you're going to have to fight and deal with it that way. Is that worth the thing where a show notes is great? Put it in there. I'm not debating that. My point is, please don't use that as a crutch.
Nobody's using it as a crutch. But notes are there for a reason.
They
I
are,
do have
but
a question.
but the
I do
buyers,
have a question.
on average,
Some of the
don't.
premium sellers. I'm sorry, Skipping. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I was just saying the average buyer doesn't read the notes. That's all. Go ahead.
Some of the premium sellers I know, I'm not going to shout out their names, offer a $2.99 no matter what you're getting shipping, which is fantastic, awesome. It definitely helps with sales. After you hit the first $2.99, shipping's whatever. Are they getting a special deal and able to do different things than the rest of us are?
Yes.
So
I don't
are
know.
they going to be able to take a different advantage and help boost them even more?
I don't see there being any special shipping discounts for them. I mean, they already get the added commission discount bonus. So, but that's a great question. I mean, it's definitely something to ponder and
find out. I'll ask.
Well, your
I mean, I'm
premium-
just wondering because I mean, obviously, if it was supposedly 921, people are buying a lot in these shows, which is great. They run fantastic shows. They're premiere for a reason. I'm just wondering if they're going to be able to do special things like flat rates and stuff like that. Are they going to have that option open to them?
I'll let you know. I just hit premiere. It's officially on my page today.
Dan saying
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Now, baby, you
and
can
again, you
fly.
earned it.
All right,
Yes.
so
Great job.
your premium sellers are selling a lot more dollars where they can afford to go ahead and do that $2.99 shipping where other
And they're
sellers,
getting a better percentage.
yes, and they're not going the smaller sellers are not going to be able to do a $2.99 shipping because it's going to kill them. So the premium sellers do have an advantage. They are selling a lot more dollars, so it makes a difference between us and them.
Yeah. Well, what do you mean us and them?
No, the
you
small.
you got a premium seller right here. That's
Yeah.
us.
All right,
It
we
is
got one
rough.
premium seller.
He's
Soda
still
pop.
so. I'm
He's
proud of you,
still us.
Soda.
Joey
Yes.
doesn't like premium sellers, guys. We
No,
know
I have
this.
no problem with premium sellers. You know that.
Thank you, Minuteman, for bringing that up. There's 100% no discounts. Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
It was
that's
just a
why I said
question I was
totally.
wondering.
That's right. Yeah, they'll get better percentage. So yeah, correct. Anyways,
No,
great
they don't get the
question.
percentage on the shipping, though. Just to be
No,
clear,
no,
they
no, no,
get
no.
the percentage on their seller fees, and I
Correct.
think that's what have been misunderstood.
Yeah.
Very
So
correct. All right.
sorry.
Well, then we're going to go around the horn, and everyone can tell everybody where they can find you, what you've got coming up, what you got going on. So let's start around the horn. Skipping, let us know.
First, again, happy Canadian Day, and to us Americans, happy 4th of July coming up. Please be safe and try and stay on the side of sanity. As far as where I'm at, you can find me on Instagram, skipping stones. Why is that so fucking hard to say? Underscore vintage, and then skipping stones on whatnot Friday and Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific, which is 7 p.m. Eastern, and somewhere in between if you lie in between. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for having me again. And again, another great show. And it's always an honor and privilege to be with you guys. I appreciate it.
Michael, somebody actually messaged me and he's like, I've got a gangster ass barista #1 if you're really looking for one. So trust me, there are out there. Awesome. Punisher, where can people find you? What have you got coming up?
I am Punisher Rider. You can find me at Punisher Rider 1 on Instagram. Make sure it's a private account. But if I see you're in the comics, I will accept and allow you in. Just to keep the riffraff out. I don't need a bunch of whatever in there.
Heathens.
So we're about just a tad over a month away from us going to Terrificon. We got a badass new exclusive between me and Surtur and Flat Earth Santa, Soda Pops, Bailey's, Critical Hits, JS Lesson the Boss, Miss Surtur, you name it, are all going to be a terrific con. So if you ever wanted to meet the whole entire NWO and a bunch of your favorite whatnot sellers, we are all going to be in one place. We will be at the majority of the time. You'll be able to find people at the Surtur and Punisher Rider booth. I don't have the actual booth number at this time. I'm sure we're going to be somewhere in Artist Alley. As far as the last cast, we had an absolute blast launching books 1 and 2. It was great. Book 3 is done. Book 4 is on the verge of almost at the very end being finished, and we're going to start working on book 5. I'm not going to give any spoilers of first appearances coming up. I'll let those people say it themselves. Besides that, I do have a breaking news announcement.
Ooh.
If you go under the Punisher Rider and whatnot, you will find a show scheduled for July 29th called Hidden Gems. It will
What?
be on a Wednesday night. Unfortunately, I will not be on Whatnot, Why Not that night. Maybe I could talk Glenn into maybe skipping 1 week. I'm sorry. But I have been fortunate enough to be brought into a collection of books. I went through the first wave yesterday, and
There's
I have
hidden
them here
gems.
with me. There's another probably close to 30 to 50,000 books that I have to bring after the rest of it starts getting processed and run. I can tell you through the first wave I went through, I am very, very excited. So what I am going to do is I am going to run a special show. It is called Hidden Gems, and it is going to be dollar starts sudden death.
Ooh.
And there will all the big books will be put in to the auction, and you'll be able to pre-bid. I will start uploading things and pictures and everything like you'll see on Mr. Richard Soder's show and Soder Pops. Just for this is going to be a special one-time show with Punisher Rider. It's going to be on a Wednesday starting at 6 p.m. And you are going to be able to get some badass books starting at $1. And you know Punisher Rider don't start shit at $1. Plus, I'm going to make it sudden death. We're going to have tons of fun. And it is just one of those special things that happen. And I'm going to make sure that the Whatnot family gets an opportunity to get some cool stuff. So I can tell you that not only is there that, there is a lot of Marvel cards that came out of this collection so far. I also have 1974 Marvel stickers that I found that are like, and it's an entire collection of that. Mini Lego minifigs. A lot of them that came from the big sets. So pretty awesome stuff. I can't wait to get through the next 40 to 50,000 books. What I found in the first like 1,200 was pretty amazing considering what I found. And it's going to be a hell of a Punisher Rider show. So make sure you guys bookmark it, come out. If for some reason July 29th, I want to get it all processed first. It'll be moved to the middle of August. So, because I'll be at Terrificon. So, either July 29th, because I also want to get it done before the flat rate shipping. And I also, if not, I'll have to move it to August and do what I have to do. So, make sure you check Hidden Gems on the Punisher Rider show coming up soon.
So exciting. Already
Nice.
bookmarked.
I got to see some of the books. I know what's in there.
Ooh.
Bookmark,
So
buddy.
far. Mr. Alien Warrior. What have you got? Where can people find you?
First off, I just want to say another thank you, congratulations rather, to my panelists working on that last cast. That's again just amazing, guys. So congratulations again on that, and to you too, Flat Earth, for running this show, and thanks for inviting me. I appreciate it, and to the chat, you guys are awesome, and to my panelists, you guys are awesome as well. I have one breaking news as well. I've been accepted. Yep, I've been accepted to sell on eBay Live, guys. I got my first. Look out, guys! I don't know if it's fortunately or unfortunately, but I think I'm just selling to Canadians for now. So I'll have more information about that later. I don't know if they're partitioning it or whatever the hell. So anyway, my first training is next Tuesday, and then following Tuesday I got the second. So
Congrats.
look for that, guys. Thanks, guys. I appreciate that, and
Nice.
we'll be back as well on the 15th of July. I have a show set up, lots of ratios, and you can hit me up on my website there, aliencomics.ca, or you can follow me on Whatnot, Alien Warrior 75. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Cool. Awesome. Great to hear. Oh, we lost somebody. Oh, who did we lose? Punisher.
Punisher.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm in the. Well, I gotta put. It was Alien, then Joey. So Joey.
All right. So I don't know when I'm running another show on Whatnot right now. I got one scheduled for Monday, but I don't know when it's going to be. So first of all, I want to say thank you again, Flat Earth Santa. I really enjoyed doing this on Wednesdays. I was so pissed that I missed last Wednesday. But everybody here, love to everybody. You can find me on Instagram, JoeyDWW1. You can find me on TikTok, JJ Collectibles. I also have the jj-collectibles.com website for pre-orders. And you could also find me on eBay under JJ Collectibles. And thank you for everything.
Awesome. Mr. Soder Pop.
What's up, everybody? So, yeah, you can find me on Whatnot. We do trivia on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central. Our big book shows, everything starts at $1, is Sundays noon Central. Another big show coming up this weekend. Yeah, you can find me also on Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, everything SolarPop_comics. Just to reiterate that we officially did become premier members today.
Congrats.
So you can be a halfway decent to okay seller and still do well as long as you're persistent and you treat your people right. So you don't need to be a genius. You just got to work hard. And we didn't do anything different than what we've been doing. It's, again, just do right by people and you can get there.
Congrats again, buddy.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
congratulations. I'm very proud of you. I'm
Thanks.
proud of you guys.
I don't know if my,
I am
my liver
guys.
can live it up
It's
to it, but
You're
yeah.
fine. If you were Canadian, you'd be fine.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, thanks Flat for letting me participate in this. My NWO brothers, everybody on the panel, everybody in the chat. You mean a lot to Mel and I, Mrs. Soderpop. This is our life now. It encompasses everything we do. So yeah, we love you all.
Awesome. You're going to be just like Jay Celeste with Cream. Comics rules everything around me, right?
Pretty much, man. 7 days a week.
$1 bill, y'all.
Okay, Omen.
Well, congrats, Soder. We're very well deserved, boss. You both absolutely kill it. Super happy for you guys. Thank you,
Appreciate that,
Flat,
man.
for having me again. What would I do without your violence and hatred to keep me going and motivated? No, I'm just kidding. You're awesome, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. And you guys can find me on Whatnot and Instagram and eBay Live as Omen Bids. I'm going to be picking up the presents on eBay coming up next week, now that I'm back from Chicago and kind of catching up on things back home. But Whatnot will be on tomorrow through Sunday. So stop by and check it out, hang out, and we'll see you guys at the next one. Thank you.
Awesome. And I'll finish it up with, obviously, we've got Wednesday's Whatnot, Why Not? And we've got bragging rights every Monday night. We need more people to sign up. It's a lot of fun. We get a lot of cool books, things you don't necessarily see all the time. So if you want to see some cool books that you may not know about, or you may be like, wow, I want that, check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Come back.
Yeah, we've got Guess the Grade. I'm moving it back to again. I apologize for missing. I needed it. I needed time to get stuff done for a client on Sunday for prepping for Monday, so I could make it home for bragging rights. So that it got moved. That got moved to this coming Sunday. We're going to have some cool books to send down. Number 2 are we will also have, thank you again for everyone that went and came to the raid train. It was awesome. It's awesome being part of the Last Cast group. It's an awesome story. Seriously, you will laugh, you will cry, you will make fun of Punisher even more. It's awesome. Please read it. It's actually, it's a legitimate comic to read. It's not just, for art. For art's sake, it actually is an awesome read. It's a lot of fun. Punisher, Soderpop, Omen, every Skippin that's in it, Critical Hits, everybody that's part of the team, Jay Celeste, the boss, just Sir Jesus, Hole in One Comics,
Surtur.
Surtur and Mrs. Surtur. It's just so many to name, and it's just growing bigger. It's an awesome project, guys. You want to read this. It's a lot of fun. And also, as I said, Terrificon, as Punisher brought up, we will be there. We'll even be dressed up as some of our characters. Some of us are going on and doing a little
wearing a suit.
Yep, that's right. Well, for pictures for sure, because it's gonna be hot as
Yeah,
hell.
you're gonna sweat your balls.
I would say you're going to be one sweaty mess.
Gonna be rip off pants and what do you call it, jacket in a Santa jacket that goes on the chair.
Stripper
Yeah.
Santa.
Ooh yeah. No, and my thing is going to be the seller tools that I've been working on and cool stuff is going to be released in beta at Terrificon. So on that note, so thank you everybody. Thank you to all the panelists. Skipping, awesome. It's great having you here every week. Punisher, well, I joke. It's good having you here.
Wouldn't be
Soder,
the same without you.
yeah, Soder, absolutely awesome. Can't wait to see both you, Punisher, and everybody out in at Terrificon. Joey, you're the only person that's older than me on this panel, so like, I need you here, buddy. I need you. I don't feel so old when you're here. I feel like the young buck.
Yeah.
Alien Canadian brother, you're awesome. It's awesome, finding goofy stuff with you, and sometimes having to go, fisticuffs to beat you to get something strange.
Not the fisticuffs.
Awesome,
The
buddy.
fisticuffs. Omen, dude. If ever everything gets done and I do set up shop in Texas and whatever, and I move the business over, you'll be one of the first people I call for if you want to work at
I'll be waiting
at a
for
cool
that day.
at a cool cybersecurity firm. So
I'm already staring out the window waiting for that call.
He's
Yeah,
dreaming.
and chat guys, we couldn't do it without you. We wouldn't do it without you. You guys are awesome. Minuteman Comics, Uncle Dan, thank you. Michael, thank you for coming, helping out. We'll even make you a mod in the YouTube channel. Veronica, thank you for showing up. Everybody else, Tawny, we'll even make you a mod as
All right,
well.
guys, I got to go cook some food.
All right. See you, Joey. All right.
You guys
everybody.
have a great day. Thank you again, everybody. Much love to everybody. I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. All right. On that note, everyone say bye.
Goodbye.
Toodles, motherfucker.
Chad, thank
And
you.
I'll be backstage for a bit if you want to talk, but only for a bit.